Hello, grade 7 team. This is your special education visual content specialist for grade 6 through 8 social studies. Today we're going to be looking at how we can use digital resources in order to support our students' access of rigorous content and building prior knowledge. This video is aligned to the grade 7 curriculum in Passport to Social Studies. In this video, we'll be using SDI and digital resources in order to allow the instructor to engage and provide access to all learners, uphold student IEP goals aligned to reading and writing, and support the building of prior knowledge in order to access rigorous content in the least restrictive environment. Upon your use of these resources, your students will then be able to develop prior knowledge of the foundation of U.S. government before further engaging in rigorous content. One of the best resources to use in order to help front load any kind of information that is needed in order to understand such an abstract concept or a concept that can be abstract, such as government to a student, is called BrainPOP. And BrainPOP is an educational site that hosts animated movies, which are very educational, along with related materials, in order to allow both students and teachers to actively engage in the learning process. This tool is essential for engagement across various subjects, such as science, math, history, language arts, and many more. Not only does BrainPOP allow both the student and the instructor to interact in the learning process, but it also supports visual engagement. We all know that students require different modalities to learn, and the visual modality is one that is highly engaging to our students. This is a tool that supports the refinement of language skills for both SWD and L students. This tool reinforces comprehension skills through the various movie-aligned activities, and instructors can monitor student progress through these activities. Regardless of vocabulary or literacy limitations, this resource provides an entry point that is necessary in any classroom for all students. Unit 3 of the Grade 7 curriculum in Passport to Social Studies is titled The U.S. Constitution. This unit follows the unit of the American Revolution. The first lesson objective of this unit is to have students investigate the themes that will be explored during the unit. When I teach the U.S. Constitution, I like to help the students understand where the U.S. government idea or the idea for the kind of government the U.S. was going to have came about. And a great video that I use in BrainPOP is called Democracy. If you use the Pear Deck resource in your slides, you can always add a website link at the bottom of your slides using Pear Deck. And Pear Deck is a great resource for whether you're teaching remote or in person. It just allows students to interact with the slides. But in BrainPOP, the video is called Democracy. And in this video, students are able to explore the idea of democracy, where it started, what features of democracy, direct and indirect, the U.S. adopted, and how this led to the idea of a constitution. And I think this is a great video that helps students create a foundation for their understanding of how government works, and especially before looking at such a rigorous text such as the U.S. Constitution. For this video, there are many aligned activities that you as the instructor can use in order to assess your students' comprehension on the topic. There are quizzes. There is a primary source as well as related reading that you can use in order to supplement your students' learning. There are worksheets, vocabulary, games, and as well as a graphic organizer. One organizer that I like to use with the democracy video is an adapted Cornell notes organizer, where the students have two columns. Here we have the key terms that will pop up in the BrainPOP video. And on the second column, students are able to take notes based on 3 central ideas. And here are the 3 central ideas of that BrainPOP democracy video. This allows students to be able to compartmentalize information as well as see what the central ideas are of the video and kind of look at the differences and similarities of democracy in both Greece and Rome as well as now. I always like to follow this up with a synthesis question that either compares or contrasts these ideas or asks the students to make a connection. So BrainPOP is a great tool whether you're teaching virtually or in person. This is a great tool if you want to do a little bit of differentiation with learning stations. In one station, you can be looking at or starting to introduce the U.S. Constitution with a small group of kids, while in another station, a different small group of kids is acquiring this background knowledge before engaging in the rigorous text. This tool allows students to visually process information that will add to their prior knowledge. And I want to highlight a really cool feature of these videos. Not only is this tool really great for visual processing, but for our students who have language processing difficulties or need additional time to process information, if you click on this setting button right here, when you're watching the video or before watching it, you're able to slow down the speed of the speech in the video. And this allows students to be able to gather information at their own pace. And of course, you can always pause and continue to play the video as needed. This tool is a universal tool that provides students with access to rigorous content. And BrainPOP also promotes active and purposeful engagement with content.